Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be talking about my opinion on alcohol now that I'm sober. And that's specifically more of like on the day-to-day as I'm watching TV, listening to music, out and about at restaurants or whatever. Well, when I was at restaurants because we're all isolated and quarantining, but essentially what my reaction to alcohol as it hits me every day. Of course, as always, be sure to subscribe. If you have anything you want to talk about, very personal, feel free to email me. If you are open about it, please put it down in the comments, have other people see it, and we can interact with each other. But yeah, let's get started on today's topic. So first, my overall opinion on alcohol is that it's a drug and that it is incredibly too available to people. I feel like alcohol should honestly be treated just like any other drug because it is a drug. It alters your mind if you drink enough. I mean, even if you drink one drink, you're already altered to some degree. So, I think it's should be taken out of all the restaurants and not so embraced as it is in our society. That's probably going to make a lot of people mad because it's a very large part of companies and businesses' revenue. Definitely restaurants are taking a hit now with COVID. Without being able to dine in and drinking, they've seen a decrease in revenue, which has then led to them allowing alcohol to go, which honestly, in my mind, makes no sense. How is that okay to offer alcohol on the go? Like, oh, let me just give you a sippy cup of alcohol. Before COVID, that was not allowed, right? So why is it now that's different? Well, on a business side, it's because we're trying to save a business because they're making nothing off of food and they've lost their entire revenue from alcohol. Okay. Well, there's that. I feel like our country, I feel like the world would honestly break if we did remove alcohol. So, like anything, I feel like we'd eventually be fine and we could get through it. And I really think that we should push towards that. However, I do not hate alcohol. I don't hate alcohol, even though I have an issue with it. It's more of, I'm a person that kind of thinks uniformly. So if alcohol is a drug, if heroin is a drug, heroin is illegal, alcohol should be illegal. There's no like medicinal benefits of alcohol. Like drinking a bottle of wine doesn't help. Drinking a glass of wine really doesn't help. Does it keep the doctor away? There are other things you could do to keep yourself from seeing a doctor frequently. Anyways, that's my opinion on alcohol itself. I will say that I don't judge people if they do drink. Okay, that's your choice. That's up to you what you do, what you consume, how much you consume. I'm okay to be around alcohol. I don't get grossed out or like change how I act just because alcohol is around or I'm at my friends and they start drinking. It doesn't bother me. My overall just theory about it is that it's a drug, it shouldn't be around. So, I mean, it might sound kind of crazy. Here's an alcoholic that's been sober for almost 4 years. She thinks it shouldn't be around, but she's okay with it being around. Keep in mind, conceptually, I don't think it should be around. If you want to look at all drugs across the board, alcohol is a drug and it should be treated like every other drug. That's kind of my thought process behind it. But however, in reality, it is available. It is accessible. You can drink. It's fine, whatever. So that's why when it's around me, I'm not bothered by it. I don't really mind that you're drinking. Mind if you get totally wasted. That's your choice. It's your body. It's your life and the decisions you're making for your life. So, now how I react on a daily basis as it hits me. I've realized as I'm watching TV, watching movies, that I'm more critical of, was that scene with alcohol necessary to convey the message, to tell the story, to really nail home whatever is going on at that moment. So there's a lot of times that I'm watching shows and I'm like, yeah, that was not really relevant. That's just society again pushing alcohol and how cool it is to drink and how we should all drink. So in music, I do realize that I skip the songs that are about alcohol. If it's not, I'm really big on like content of song. So if it's a song about alcohol, obviously I'm not relating to it. It's not something that's going to make me happy. Like, oh, the song is about drinking whiskey and blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm just going to skip. So it doesn't really faze me except for the fact that I'm skipping the song. And interactions with friends and people drinking. So before COVID, when I was actually hanging out with my friends like closely, and we were maybe eating out or we were at someone's house and they brought out alcohol, it didn't faze me depending on the people. So I have a very, very good group of friends. They're very responsible. They drink within moderation. And so when we would have, for example, game night, they would have like wine coolers or they'd make like mixed drinks and people would have like one or two. And then like they realized they had to drive home and would stop a solid hour or two before they would go home. So, they were also responsible in the sense that if they were not sober to drink, they would stay at said friend's house. And the other people would hold each other responsible too. And notice, say, this friend is not okay, we would have them stay the night. So, I mean, with that group of friends, I would notice that they would be drinking, but they didn't act any different. They didn't act any crazier. They didn't act any more extra than they normally are. So to me, it was whatever. Other friends that would drink, it would get to a point where I knew they were getting reckless, and I would try to be the good friend and say, hey, maybe let's go somewhere else and let's go play some, I don't know, games or whatever to get them away from drinking, to get them to slow down from drinking. And let's just say it's a game night, right? And one of my friends is getting a little looser, getting a little silly. I would kind of instigate, let's play games. And then it would distract them from trying to get another drink and it would slow down their drinking process. That's been really how it's been for me, because the friends that I used to have where the drinking was uncontrolled, was crazy, I'm no longer, unfortunately, friends with them because it wasn't healthy for me. It wasn't helping me along my path of sobriety and staying sober to be around those types of people, because that's how I was. I was a reckless drunk. I would drink all the time and not know how to stop. Being around people who didn't know how to stop wasn't helpful. So that's how my reactions are now, having been sober for almost 4 years, to alcohol being thrown in my face. That's also a reaction that I feel like alcohol is being thrown in my face all the time. I feel like it's being thrown in everybody's face. And honestly, it can make sobriety so hard for anybody. In order to literally avoid alcohol, you can't even watch TV. You can't watch movies. You can't safely listen to music because it's all in all of those three. The only way is like if you know your friends are supportive of your sobriety and they don't bring it around you. But if you're at a point where I am, like I am today, and you're okay being around people that drink, then you're good. But yeah, so recap of my rant here. Alcohol is a drug and should be treated just like every other drug. I feel like it should not be around. our economy, find something else to make money off of and be totally fine. Feel like we should just get rid of it. Granted, yes, just like every other drug, there's going to be people that find it and still have issues with it, but it'd be less accessible. It's just so accessible. I could literally go pick up lunch and get a margarita to go. That to me is so crazy, and I think it's such a problem. If anyone else agrees, please comment below. I don't want to feel like I'm the only one that thinks that, but sometimes I feel like I'm the only one that thinks that. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. If you are interacting with alcohol on a daily basis and it's getting overwhelming, please reach out to me. I have somehow distanced myself from alcohol to allow me to recover and to be stronger with my fight against alcohol, that now if it does pop up accidentally, which it will, I'm okay. Anyways, guys, have a wonderful weekend. Great week ahead. Please continue to stay safe and check you guys next time. Bye.